Good day to you. This is Todd. I'm just a regular dude walking in the Word. I decided to come back here today to my undisclosed location because I still got my $20. I might have to up the ante a little bit to because no one seems to be able to figure out where I am. So anyway, I'm at a different part of that same location. So see if you guys can figure it out. Be a nice place to have a little wedding right here, but let me read. I'm going to read today. Speaking of weddings, we're talking about the temple and how Jesus cleansed the temple. And I'm going to be reading from Mark 11, verses 15 through 19. It says this: On reaching Jerusalem, Jesus entered the temple courts and began driving out those who were buying and selling there. He overturned the tables of the money changers and the benches of those who were selling doves, and would not allow anyone to carry merchandise through the temple courts. As he taught them, he said, "Is it not written, 'My house will be called a house of prayer for all nations,' but you have made it a den of robbers." The chief priests and the teachers of the law heard this and began looking for a way to kill him, for they feared him because the whole crowd was amazed at his teaching. When evening came, Jesus and his disciples went out of the city. The Pharisees were mad at this because they were, you might say, they were in bed with those guys that were out there selling that stuff. We're going through a stage in our country right now where there's a lot of looting going on. Someone, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, use this passage as license to loot. That Jesus, destroyed things, so we can do that too. Oh my goodness, that is so way off base. They must have read that and never read any of the other part of the Bible. Anyway, I won't even get into that discussion of how wrong that is. But let me talk about what this passage is actually saying here, okay? In that time period, all males were required to give a temple tax. Now, the temple tax, you would do it annually, and it was equal to about 2 days' wages, okay? So you would do that, but you could only pay it in temple coins, okay? So what you would do is you'd come there and you'd have Roman coins or whatever, and then there'd be guys outside in the outer court, and they would be anxious to change your money, and they would, be wanting to rip you off, of course. So as they're ripping you off, they're all happy about that, okay? Changing your money and, doing a hefty price on that. When I was in Cuba a few years ago, we would go there, and of course when you get there, it has to be done in Cuban currency. And Cuba actually has two currencies, one for the common people and then one for the rich and the tourists. And so you had to go to the bank and get your money changed. Okay, and for other countries, there's a normal exchange fee for you to do that. They add a percentage to change the money for that service. However, Cuba's a little different. They have that, but then Cuba adds like 10% onto the money. And so the country is getting 10% off of everything you change. So you go and change $100, let's say your hotel room costs $100, and you go and change $100 and you get $90 back in Cuban dollars. And you're like, where'd that $10 go? And it's like, that went to the government. And so another form of ripping you off there. And then imagine with me too, we have a lot of issues right now with the N95 masks. Back before this all started, they were plentiful, and I had so many sitting around, we just weren't using them, and if you don't use them for a while, the straps on them, get brittle and bust and everything. I actually threw some away. Now, you can't get N95 masks. You can get the fake ones, which are the KN95, which are not N95, or some other mask you can get, but they're still charging a hefty price for those. So imagine with me, you came into let's say I'm a doctor, and I say everyone's required to wear a mask when you come into the office. Okay, yeah, no big deal. but I don't sell the masks. And so I come into the office and I'm not wearing a mask. And as I come in, they go, "Oh, hold on, you need a mask before you come in." And I go, "I don't have a mask." And you go, "Oh, well, see that store across the road there? You can go buy one there." And I go there, and a mask, they used to be like less than $1 a piece. Now they're more than that. So anyway, I go to there and I go, I need a mask. And the store owner goes, "Oh yeah, that'll be $5. I'm like, $5? He goes, "Yep, $5. I'm like, "Oh great, I need this mask and there's no other place around, so I get that mask." I go back there and I wear the mask. The next day I find out that the brother of the doctor is the owner of that shop over there. They were working together. And the doctor was actually getting a percentage of all the masks that the brother was selling over there. They were all in cahoots with this. Jesus was upset about that type of stuff going on. The Pharisees, rejecting animals that were good and saying, "Oh, you have to buy our animals," all that, it was a racket, okay? Jesus called it a den of thieves, okay? It was a place where thieves were hiding out. It was a harbor, okay? Back in the old, in Jamaica, there's a place there, and it was known for a place where pirates would hide out, okay? It got to be so bad that, anyway, it was just a bad place. So it's a place where thieves hung out, okay? Jesus wanted the temple to be a house of prayer, okay? That's what the purpose was, a house of prayer. But these guys had made it a place for, bad guys to come and hide out. That's what he was upset about, and that's why he overturned the tables and did those things he did there. So in the same way, we need to watch today so we don't turn our churches into, financial institutions and start robbing the people. And I won't get into all the different ways that that's happening in different churches. But then also, our body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. So you need to be watching what you put into the body, okay? Our body should be a place of prayer, okay? And instead of doing immoral things. So that's my words for today. Watch what you're doing to the church, and then also watch what you're doing to yourself. Lord's blessing, and thanks for watching. And I'm just a regular dude walking in the Word. I'm going to pan around here a little bit so you can see where I am. Right here, that'd be a nice place. You have a wedding there if you want to, and over there, but I'll pan around. Oh, there's my bike that I was riding to get here. So anyway, you can see around there, and that might help you a little bit. So, Lord's blessing. Surely someone's going to get my $20 now. We'll see you next time.